What's up, ladies and gents, and welcome to the Day Fino Flash podcast featuring your homie, obviously, is me, Daddy Fino, Baby, and of course, the one and only JT Flash. Say what's up to the people, JT.
What's up?
Well, what's up with you, JT? How you been, man?
I gotta tell you, man. I got something to say to you.
Something saying to me.
Yeah, I've been seeing these little video clips you've been putting up there. Yeah, I got a couple questions.
Ask away, bro. Ask away.
I mean, do you really, in your heart, believe you beat me in that Mark Sanchez debate? I mean, I could swear you're doing a comedy bit.
Bro, look, I'm going to tell you this. I'm never going to admit defeat, okay?
Confident. I like it.
I will say that a lot of people believe that you won. You know, a lot of close friends of mine, shout out to Tommy and Hirsch, they thought I lost.
Well, I mean that's not it. There was a poll, and there were more than that. It's okay.
Okay, there was a couple more people. You're right. But it's okay. I know that it's just they want to see me lose, and it's not because they know I lost. So it's all right. We'll just let it slide.
And I mean, you had one vote, but you voted for yourself, and that doesn't count.
Technically, it doesn't count, but in my heart, it does. So just let it ride. Let it ride.
But another question I have to ask you:
What's up?
What's the voice you're doing in those videos? I can't. I mean, you sound angry, but you don't sound angry. I don't.
Right. So, for those that don't know, I used to be a professional wrestler. Did it for 12 years. My name was Daddy Fino. That was my wrestling name. I'm a 6-time TSBW world champion. TSBW is the company I was with. And when I do promos, I just have that voice. I don't know, why, I'm a huge wrestling fan, so I guess it just comes from all of that. So you can see and feel the emotion. And I mean, I thought it sounded great. I got a lot of people talking about the videos and stuff. We got a lot more followers on Instagram because of it. So I mean,
I'm not saying it sounded bad. I just I didn't know what that voice was. I was clarifying it for the people,
No, it's nothing bad. It's just my promo voice. And at the end of the day, I mean, like I said, if it brings more attention to the brand, then hey, I'm gonna keep doing it. And I mean, that's just all that matters, And speaking of my videos, real quick, because I did lay out a challenge. It is now what, a couple of days, over 48 hours now. 48 hours ago, for any one of you stupid fools out there to challenge me to face me on a one-on-one debate, any sports topic that you choose, and I've yet to get a challenge. No one's accepted it. I'm a little curious as to why. I think it's because they're scared they're gonna lose, but I mean, that's just me. You know what I'm saying? They must hear me beat you every week, every episode.
Here we go.
They don't want to lose themselves. I don't know. But I'm still waiting, people. So if you're listening, accept my challenge. Please accept I am begging you to accept my challenge.
To
what topic?
To the people out there, I got you. Okay, I will beat this man for you. Okay, I just want that to be known.
It's never happened. It never happened in life. And whatever.
I mean, technically, it happened last time, but it's okay.
Look, if anything, I think my audio was messed up, and that's probably why you didn't hear all my points.
Okay.
I was having technical difficulties, so I didn't get to say a lot of what I wanted to say. So that's probably why people might be confused as to who won. But it's okay. I mean, it's all good. At the end of the day, man, we were talking football, and we both love football. Most of the people that listen to us love football, and I'm just happy it's football season. I'm sorry, I love the NBA, but I'm just glad it's football season.
Well,
And that's all that was about.
a lot of people said your points you made were very opinionated, and whether or not you believe that's true, I think our topic today, we could definitely use some opinions. Because why don't you let the people know what we're talking about today, Ruff?
Ladies and gents, JT on the last podcast, towards the end, he was a little angered, and I couldn't figure out why. I thought it was maybe because we were talking about the AFC South and NFC South. Maybe he didn't like those teams or whatever, but no, it wasn't that. He was angry at something else, and I'm friends with him on Xbox. I see that he's been playing a game, a particular game. He's been playing Madden, and he's for some reason he was just still angry. I thought maybe all right, Madden ain't out yet. He's just he can't wait for the next one. But then he said he's pissed off. And didn't you say you were pissed off?
Oh yeah.
What was your exact words?
Well, I'm mad about some of the new ratings of Madden, but let me tell you about this current version of Madden and why I'm mad.
Go ahead.
So, I play Madden like for fun. I think I'm a decent player. I don't think I'm like a pro or anything. But so back in the day when Ultimate Team came out, like for the first second year, I played it because I thought it was an interesting concept. It was new to Madden. And I enjoyed it for the first few years, and I can't remember why I quit playing it. So I loaded it up this time. It seemed like the old Madden. But everybody on this game mode either seems to have spent money to stack their team or have played a certain amount of hours. And my team overall is like a 74, and I'm playing guys that have like 99 cards at every position, like legendary positions. It's
you were playing like a year.
Yeah, a year late, right? Yeah. No, I get that, but I still feel like there's got to be other players that are where I'm at. You know what I mean? Like why am I getting matched up against head to head against these guys? But the guys aren't very good that I'm playing. I'm losing by like 3 points, 7 points to these guys that got Legends cards that, I can't do anything when the dude's got Michael Vick, and a prime Randy Moss.
Is it 04 Vic?
Oh, yeah, the most broken Madden player.
No, not even Madden player. He's like the most broken video game character of all time.
If you could put cheat codes in for a player on any sports game, like Michael Vick somehow has no cheat codes put in. I mean, you can't stop that.
Yeah, like honestly, I think he's the most broken game character of all time. It's not even close. Like I would play him against anyone. Like it's fucking crazy how great that Michael Vick was. I love that game.
Yeah.
I bought Madden every year. Every year I get it for my birthday. It always comes out the same week or the same day, and I get it. And I swear, to this day, there's never been anyone that dominant. No one.
Nope.
Not even my created 99 players that I make sometimes are not that dominant.
I don't know what the stat line is on him, but I know he's got like wide receiver speed, running back agility, and he can like make every throw. I don't know how to stop. You can stop him, but then there's other areas of the field that's open. You got to double spy him. It's just ridiculous.
But that is true. But let's get into the new Madden, because you said that you were mad at the ratings.
Yeah.
And at the time, I didn't look at the ratings. I didn't see any of them yet. So you sent me the link to the Madden website, and they have all the ratings for all the players and all that stuff. They don't go into details as far as, their full ratings for like specific stats. They only give like for a couple of them. But they do give the overalls. And I was looking at it, and you know what, man? I gotta agree with you. I'm pissed off too. I am pissed off. A lot of these ratings are bullshit. Not even gonna lie. But since you were the one that was mad first, how about you jump into it? So let's start with the quarterbacks,
Okay.
because that was the one that for me at least, I had huge problems with the quarterbacks. So how about you take the lead on this one? Talk about what you feel, and I'm gonna interrupt you when you're wrong. So go ahead.
Okay. Well, first of all, I really want to know how they determine the overall ratings on the quarterback, because obviously there are some stats in here that they show, not obviously on this website, but when the game comes out, that don't really apply to a quarterback's overall rating. Um,
Right.
like I said, I don't know what they go off of, but they have Pat Mahomes as the best quarterback at 97 over Tom Brady. And I understand Pat Mahomes had a great season, record-breaking season. But I just don't see how you could put him over Tom Brady. I mean, I'm looking at the top 5 stats right here. And it just shows like speed and agility and strength. Uh, to me, those are secondary attributes for a quarterback. Awareness, Tom Brady has 99, Pat Mahomes has a 92. Why is he rated above Tom Brady?
Well, let me interject here, because, well, first you got to give love to the Madden cover. Okay, I think that Pat Mahomes, you know, you said it. He had a great season. Man threw 5,000 yards, over 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. You know, uh, I mean, he had such a great season. He was the MVP of the season. So right there, I think that puts him ahead of Brady as far as overall. Brady only threw 4,300 yards, 29 touchdowns to 11 picks. His percentage, even completion percentage, Patrick Mahomes had a better percentage. It was only by like 0.2, but he still had a better percentage. Um, better record, team record. I could understand.
I gotta stop you though. I gotta stop you
Go ahead.
because I understand what you're saying on all that stuff. But look at the talent and the team. Tom Brady only threw for 4,300 yards. But look at who Tom Brady was having to throw to compared to Patrick Mahomes was having to throw to. Tom
And
Brady no.
that's a good point. No, that is a good point. But if you look at Patrick Mahomes, the way he plays, he can make all the throws. He has a way stronger arm than Brady ever had. Okay. He proved last year he was, even right now, he's more accurate. I don't know overall if he's better, more accurate quarterback. We're just going off for last year. He was a more accurate quarterback. He can throw from out in the pocket, outside the pocket. You know, I mean, he kind of it's just like when Aaron Rodgers was like rated. Wasn't Aaron Rodgers like a 99 last year or 98, something like that? He was above Brady.
I don't know if it was last year, but Aaron Rodgers has been rated like a 98 before. I can't remember which year it was.
So it's like Pat Mahomes kind of reminds me of Aaron Rodgers in that aspect, where he can make the throws, he can throw on the run, he can do everything. And Brady can't do everything. Obviously he can't throw on the run. He has,
He can't
but
run.
he can, but it's not like on the level and the accuracy level of like a Aaron Rodgers or Pat Mahomes. It's not.
Okay.
You want Brady to run, because that's how you get him. If he stays in the pocket, he's probably the best quarterback in the pocket. But I think they threw in those other factors, and I don't have a problem with Pat Mahomes being above Brady. You got to give respect to the current MVP,
And they do go off of last year. They're not going off of career. They're going off of last year. And last year, Pat Mahomes was the best quarterback in the NFL.
Okay.
So who else? Did you have any other issues? What other issues you got? I know you got to. Because
Uh,
if you don't say it, I'm going to go off and say it.
are you talking about Mr. Aaron Rodgers being like the 8th best quarterback or 7th best sixth?
That is the most disrespectful thing Madden has ever done.
I think it's perfectly fine, to be honest.
Aaron Rodgers is a 90. A 90.
Bro.
The man had 25 touchdowns and 2 picks.
He's digressing.
And he was hurt. He was hurt all last year. This is a hurt Aaron Rodgers who threw for 25 touchdowns and 2 picks.
But like you just said, how many yards did he throw for?
Aaron Rodgers threw for 4,442 yards. That's more than Tom Brady.
Okay. I can see how his rating should be higher than, I guess.
Now, if you want to go
going off something else, I think they're going off that.
What, they're going for QBR?
I guess. I don't know.
56.8. That's above average. Okay, I get that. But he threw for 25 touchdowns, 2 picks, and he was injured. His whole body was destroyed. You can see it. Any man can see. Even the Madden guys who are on the committee that do the team, that make the ratings and all that, they even said that we know he was hurt, but they used the excuse, well, we don't know how him being hurt affected him. Are you kidding me? That is the most idiotic thing I've ever heard.
Well, let's clarify what was. Do we even know what his injury was?
I think if he had multiple, I know that. I think he had shoulder problems. His leg, his knee was hurt. What else did he have? I think he had a foot problem at one point. It was everywhere on his body.
Well, let me ask you this. I don't necessarily know that even with that year last year that I would put Aaron Rodgers above Drew Brees. Drew Brees had a great year.
Okay.
And
him next. Go ahead.
I don't know. I don't think you can discredit. I don't think Phillip Rivers should be rated higher than Drew Brees.
Oh, like I said, I'm getting to Phillip Rivers, Drew Brees next.
Okay.
Just continue.
Those are really my main problems. We'll get to some other ones later that are further on down the line, but
all right, let me get into my biggest issues with the quarterbacks.
Okay.
And you said his name, Phillip Rivers. How in the hell is Phillip Rivers ahead of Russell Wilson, Andrew Luck, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers? How? Explain that to me.
Definitely shouldn't be above Drew Brees or Russell Wilson.
Or Andrew Luck.
But yeah, I mean, all those guys had really good seasons last year.
And let's just do comparison to the numbers. This is Phillip Rivers' numbers last year: 4,300 yards, 32 touchdowns, 12 picks, had a 68.3 completion percentage. All right. This is Drew Brees. Yes, he was just under 4,000 yards. He was at 3,992. Okay, but he had 32 touchdowns, 5 picks, with a 74.4% completion percentage. Okay. Andrew Luck, 4,593 yards, 39 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, a 67 completion percentage. I mean, and let me go even further. Another quarterback that he shouldn't be above, Ben Roethlisberger, 5,129 yards. That's the 7th most in NFL history. Okay, 34 touchdowns, 16 picks, 67% completion percentage. How in the hell is Phillip Rivers above them?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think they have to be going off something. If it's also with their team's overall record, I don't know. because the Chargers did have a really good overall record, but I don't think it was better than.
It wasn't better than Drew Brees.
Yeah.
They were 12-4. Drew Brees was 13-3.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I really don't. Drew Brees had one of the best career years I've seen him play. I mean, in terms of, accuracy and touchdowns to interception ratio that I've seen
Yeah, I
him
mean,
playing.
his yardage wasn't as high. I get that. But we both know Drew Brees is better than Phil. Phillip Rivers has never been better than Drew Brees. I don't think Phillip Rivers has ever been a top 5 quarterback.
No, and a lot of people are going to say, well, he threw for more yards. Well, Drew Brees also had something, he's had running backs in his career, but he hasn't had it in a long time where he had that tandem of running backs that allowed him, they ran the ball more. So, of course, he's not going to have as many throwing yards.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only stat last year, in my opinion, that it's not opinion, it's fact, but Phillip Rivers beat him in was passing yards, and it was but Drew Brees went off in every other statistical category. So I don't know. It's weird. It's almost like they put this like mock list out here for everybody. But
Yeah, I mean, let me ask you this:
Matt Ryan's above Ben Roethlisberger, which is just disrespectful in itself. But go ahead.
No, you're not wrong about that. I don't get it either. Let me ask you this though: who are the top 5 quarterbacks? Who should be the top 5?
Mahomes, Brady.
And put them in order.
Oh, okay. Mahomes, Brady, Breeze, then probably Rodgers, and then it's a toss-up between Luck or Wilson. That's who I would put up there, to be honest.
Yeah, I would definitely go at Mahomes, Brady. I'm still going Rodgers, then Breeze, and then I'm going Andrew Luck. That should be the top 5 for me. I'll take that 5 over anybody. And then number 6 should be Ben Roethlisberger. I think Ben is better than Russell Wilson. I don't know why I guess Ben Roethlisberger, they're thinking age, but last year he arguably had his best season. So I just don't get it. And that was with all the issues, the Antonio Brown issues, the Le'Veon Bell not being there. You basically had a rookie, James Conner, as a running back who had a good year. So I don't get it about why they rated Ben Roethlisberger so low. I think that might actually be more disrespectful than Aaron Rodgers being a 90.
What number on this list? Is he 10?
He is,
9.
I think,
he's 9.
9. Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty disrespectful. I would definitely say Ben Roethlisberger is a top 7 quarterback for sure.
And then they have it where Matt Ryan is 4 points above Ben. When in the hell has Big Ben ever been 4 points below Matt Ryan? 4 spots or whatever. Like, whatever you want to call it.
To put it in perspective, and this is why it's disrespectful to me. Jared Goff is the number 11 quarterback at overall 83, and Ben Roethlisberger is only 2 quarterbacks above him.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Another name, and now that we talked about the top, let's go towards the middle of the pack of quarterbacks. The Jared Goffs, the Cam Newtons, Baker Mayfield. You got Deshaun Watson at 82. What?
Yeah, I don't know. Deshaun Watson
is better than Baker Mayfield. He's better than Jared Goff. Better than Cam Newton. I think he's better than Matt Ryan.
Whoa, hang on. He's not. I would say he's better than Cam Newton. I wouldn't say Deshaun Watson is better.
We are going off of recent history. Okay, I'm not talking career. Recent history. Cam Newton has had 2 back-to-back low years.
Okay.
Deshaun Watson.
Go ahead.
This is his second year. Okay. It's his second year. This is coming off of injury, by the way. His team went 11-5. He threw 4,165 yards, 26 touchdowns, 9 picks, and a 68.3 completion percentage.
No, I'm not discrediting Deshaun Watson's year. He did have a good year. I would agree he's better than Jared Goff. I think he's better than Baker Mayfield, at least last year. I don't know we'll have to see what Baker Mayfield does going forward, but Cam Newton was hurt. So if you want to put him up there this Madden rating by default because of injury, sure. But I think a healthy Cam Newton on Deshaun Watson's team would put up numbers.
A healthy Cam Newton is better than Deshaun Watson. I agree with that. But he's not healthy. He's not 100% healthy.
No, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. They're hoping he will be, but he's not. Baker Mayfield is definitely not better than Deshaun Watson. His numbers last year are not better than Deshaun Watson.
No, I gave it to you. I said at least last year. I think Baker Mayfield his numbers are gonna improve, but we'll have to see. But yeah, but based on last year, yes, he is a better quarterback than Baker Mayfield. But he's definitely better than Jared Goff.
Yeah, and I mean, that's no disrespect to Jared Goff. I think Jared Goff is good too. I put Jared Goff. Well, I don't know if I put him above Baker. I would say right now. No, you know what? No, I have to. Jared Goff right now is better than Baker Mayfield. I think Baker will be better. Possibly even this year, Baker would jump up above him. But I put Goff above Baker Mayfield. So that's a little, I put Jared Goff above Cam Newton also. We're just talking about this year. I think I put Carson Wentz above Cam Newton. Carson Wentz to me is low. I know he's been dealing with injuries also, but Carson Wentz, if he's healthy, he's better than Jared Goff. He's better than Baker Mayfield. You can argue that he's, possibly better than Deshaun Watson. You can argue it when healthy. He was having an MVP year before he got hurt 2 years ago, and when Brady got it. So it's it's a little bit it's a little questionable what they're not a little. It's a lot questionable about it. Let me ask you this though: where do you think about where they rated your boy, Dak Prescott? They got him as 81.
I've been critical of Dak. You know that. I like Dak. I question his accuracy at times, so I think he's rated about 4 to 5 points too low. I know he, necessarily doesn't throw for a ton of yardage every season, and partly that's because the offense Cowboys run. It's a run-heavy offense. I definitely think he's a better quarterback than Kirk Cousins. I think at this point in time he's better than Baker Mayfield and Jared Goff. That's just my opinion.
No, you're definitely wrong about that, but okay.
I think he should be like an 84. That's where I'd put him. He's better than Kirk Cousins for sure.
Yeah, I agree. He's better than Kirk. I would say I don't know if he's better than Baker. It'd be close. I have to really sit down and think about that one. I'm not sure about if he's better than Baker. They might be even. I don't think he's better than Goff. I've just seen Goff has had 2 great years already. 13-3, 4,600 yards, basically 4,700 yards, 32 touchdowns, 12 picks. It's hard to argue against Jared Goff. Now, I know he has weapons. He has more weapons than Dak Prescott, but you still got to throw the football. And he's making all the throws. I remember, didn't he have that, what was it, 6 touchdown game or 5 touchdown game? I can't remember.
Yeah, it was a really big game for him.
He went the fuck off that game. I think it was a Monday night game. I could be wrong about that, but when he's hot, he's hot. And like I said, I know he has the talent around him. You even throw in Todd Gurley, who can catch out the backfield, for him. So he has more weapons, and that helps him get these yardage. But I think he can also make those throws too. I've seen him make beautiful throws before, and he just continues to do it. I love Jared Goff. I would put him above Dak Prescott. I do agree with you, though, that Dak Prescott is better than Kirk Cousins and should be rated higher. I think a lot of these quarterbacks should be rated higher than they are. It's just the specific order that they give them is a problem. But, that's all good.
And we have to remember that as the season goes, they're going to put updates out that change the ratings of these players. So this isn't like they're going to be rated all year, but definitely coming, starting the year, some of these are just ridiculous.
Yeah, they said they're doing weekly updates, so I'm assuming it'll be like every Tuesday or so. After the Monday night game, they'll probably do the updates. And I would say this: I think at the end of the year, Aaron Rodgers is going to jump up to be the second best rated quarterback at the end of the season. Only reason I don't put him number one to jump to number one is because I don't see them putting their cover athlete down past number one. Like, I don't see them dropping him, even unless he has like the worst year, of all time or something. Like, it has to be like a significant drop in his career from season to season for them to drop Pat Mahomes lower than the number one quarterback. So I think Aaron Rodgers is going to jump up to number two. And I'm going to tell you right now, I have Aaron Rodgers winning MVP.
Okay. Well,
this man is going to be – he's going to get pissed off, and this is going to piss him off even more.
I have some thoughts on that, but let's save that for I know because you got some things coming up on when we preview that division, so we can get into that later.
Yeah, I know. That's why I didn't get into big details about it, but that 90 just pisses me off. So I'm sorry.
Since you asked me about my guy, I'll ask about yours. What do you think about how they have your guy rated here?
Sam Darnold, they got him at a 74. I think it should be higher, but I'm not too mad about it, only because I expected this. I mean, I thought that, beginning of the year, he started slow, which, I mean, I think that's expected for any rookie quarterback to start slow. You do have those that start off hot, but I expected it to be slow, and I thought as he got more experience, he gotten better. Definitely late in the season after his injury, I thought he stepped up. His numbers have improved throughout the year. In fact, I wish I can remember the stat off from the top of the head, but I know he was – I can't remember which one it was, whether it was QBR or if it was like quarterback rating or whatever. One of those two, like the last couple of games of the year, he was like one of the best to end it. So 74, I'm okay with. I mean, it's all right. He didn't have the greatest season or anything like that, but I think that he's just going to improve. That number will be in the 80s by the end of the year. I will tell you that.
Okay. Well,
so,
you wanna move on to running backs?
Yeah, let's move on to running backs.
Okay.
So JT, the number one running back is Todd Gurley. I'm just going to list the top 5, and then from there we will discuss it. So top 5, you got Gurley, then you got Zeke, then you got Melvin Gordon, Saquon Barkley, and Christian McCaffrey. Oh, I didn't say what they are. Gurley is a 97, Zeke is a 94, Melvin Gordon's a 92, Saquon's a 91, and McCaffrey is also a 91.
Oh, well, what list are you reading? Because I got Le'Veon at number 3.
Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Go ahead. So sorry.
Is Gurley 97, Zeke at 94, Le'Veon at 92, Melvin Gordon 92, Saquon 91.
There you go. Sorry.
You're good.
I was looking at my list. I didn't write Le'Veon because he didn't play last year. That's why. My bad.
You're good.
Okay, yeah. Okay, there you go.
I mean, I don't really have a problem with this list too much. I think Saquon should definitely be rated higher. I don't really know how you rate Todd Gurley a 97 and then Zeke a 94. I think they should be pretty similar with the years they had last year. But yeah, it's hard for me to say Le'Veon Bell's a 92 and not have him played a whole year. But I mean, if we're going off what he was when he was playing, that's an appropriate rating for him, maybe a little bit higher. Melvin Gordon had a good year last year. Really, it's disrespectful. I mean, I know he's a rookie, but Saquon Barkley, I think, will be the highest rated running back on this list by the time the year comes to an end.
Well, I think Saquon should already be the highest running back in this game. I mean, honestly, I would flip. If anything, I'm flipping Saquon and Gurley. I'll tell you this: Saquon, 1,300 yards, 11 touchdowns, and Gurley had 1,251 and 17 touchdowns. I think the biggest thing that the reason why they gave Gurley number one is just because of his touchdowns. He had 21 total touchdowns if you include his receiving ones. He's a threat on both sides of the ball, whether it be running or catching. So I get why they gave him the 97, but I think Saquon's just better. So I would probably put Gurley actually like a 95 or so. Saquon would got this 97 for me. I think you can throw in Zeke. I'm fine with Zeke at a 94. I think Gurley is better statistically. I mean, the touchdowns are not even close. He's got more than double the touchdowns Zeke got last year. Zeke has 6 touchdowns rushing, 3 receiving. So because of that, plus that Gurley has more of that killer run play where he's going to go for yardage. He's going to hit that knockout shot more than Zeke will. Zeke, he's just going to run into everybody and try to kill him. Gurley's going to just speed by him, use his speed, his agility, and stuff like that. So I'm fine with that, but Saquon should definitely be the number one running back on this list. And I don't think it's close. Also got a problem with Melvin Gordon being above Saquon Barkley and Christian McCaffrey. I don't get that at all.
Okay.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Well, Melvin Gordon played good. Here's my thing about Christian McCaffrey. I like Christian McCaffrey. I do. But he is more like what I call a hybrid running back. He's a Darren Sproles-like running back where he's not just mainly running out of the backfield. He's going to be running routes, catching stuff out of the backfield. That's kind of why, if we're going off running back position, I'm fine with it. I know he does run the ball out of the backfield, but he also catches. He's in receiving. He lines up as a receiver. He's catching passes out of the backfield. He's a hybrid running back.
He is. I give you that. He had 1,000 yards rushing, and he had 100 catches. He had over 100 catches, 107 to be exact.
That's a lot. That's a ton for a running back.
That is a ton. And he had the 867 yards receiving. I get your point on that, but that's what the running back of today is turning into anyway. Saquon had 91 catches. You know what I mean? So that's just what it is. Alvin Kamara, 81 catches and still getting the rush yards. Christian McCaffrey destroyed everybody, pretty much destroyed everyone in receiving yards as a running back. You got 867 yards. Pretty much the man could have had 1,000 yards pretty easily.
Who's the last person to do that? Marshall Faulk, maybe?
I think so. I think so. The man he's a 1,000-yard threat either way. I think because of that, you got to put him above Melvin Gordon. Now, I know Melvin Gordon was hurt last year. He missed, I think, like 4 games or so. But at the end of the day, I'm more scared of Christian McCaffrey than Melvin Gordon. It's
Yeah.
not even.
As a defensive coordinator, yeah, I would probably lose sleep the night before I played the Panthers because I would know how to get. I mean, it'd be hard to game plan for him. So,
And then,
I agree.
and also Alvin Kamara. I think Alvin Kamara is better than Gordon too. He's also that type of threat like Christian McCaffrey. The only reason his numbers aren't as high, they're still high. I mean, he had 883 yards rushing. He had 709 yards receiving. He had 18 total touchdowns, which is actually more than Christian McCaffrey. The only reason his numbers were low is because he was splitting numbers with not Melvin, with Ingram.
Yeah.
And now with Ingram gone, Kamara's about to blow up too.
Oh yeah. I expect Kamara's numbers to go up. I'll be honest. I'm not afraid of Kamara rushing the ball on me. I'm more afraid of him, catching out of the backfield and burning my defense than I am him rushing the football. I mean, I think he'll get 1,000 yards, but I think he's more dangerous as a receiver than he is a running back.
Let me ask you this: Why?
I don't know. I saw him catch a lot of passes and burn a lot of teams last year. The way the Saints used him, and the Saints have had several players like this in the past that they've used like they use Kamara. I don't know. I just was more afraid of when Ingram was running the football than Kamara last year. I don't know if it's I don't have his size in front of me, but I want to say it's his size that makes him nifty, receiver at the running back position.
Well, I don't know if this will shock you, but he was second in rushing touchdowns with 14 rushing touchdowns last year.
Is that? But well, okay, that doesn't shock me. But I'm wondering is that all from the red zone, or is that are those long runs? You know what I mean?
Well, let's see. He had a 4.6 yards per rushing attempt. That's actually 0.1 lower than Zeke Elliott. And he had, let's see, he had 194 rushes. So that's about 100 and some change. Yeah, 100 and some change less than Zeke. About 70 less than Saquon, 50 less than Gurley. I mean, I just think that if Kamara gets the ball more in rushing, opportunities, I think you will see that he's actually. I think he's a bigger threat actually running for me.
Maybe you're right, because I did watch a few Saints games, and maybe it was because he was splitting time with Ingram. I'm not saying he is a better receiver. I'm just saying from memory last year, I was more afraid of him like when the Cowboys played the Saints, I was more afraid of him and what he could do catching the ball versus him trying to run on Dallas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I do. I get it. I mean, him in space, you give him a yard of space, it's probably over for your team. That's how good he is. That's how explosive he is. So, I mean, I give you that. I'm not, I don't want to split hairs on that, but I get it. I still, at the end of the day, I think Kamara's better than Gordon, and I just think he should be higher. Gordon should be a 90. Kamara should be easily in the 91, 92, 93 range, something like that. Yeah, definitely. If I'm giving McCaffrey that respect, I got to give Kamara that respect too. Now, there's one name on the list I was a little, just a little shocked by. Kareem Hunt. They got him as a 90. Now, I'm not shocked by his talent. I know his talent. But did you think that they would decrease his stats just based on the fact that I mean, decreases overall, despite the fact that he's going to be missing a lot of games. He missed games last year. He missed games this year. Going to miss, I think, 8 games this year, 8 or 10. I can't remember it off the top of my head. Did you think that would affect his stats a little bit? Do you think he's rated low, rated exactly where he should be, rated too high? What you think?
Well, I've always said Kareem Hunt was a top 7 running back, and he's rated at 7. I don't know if he's higher than a 90 or not. I would say 90 to 92 is a perfect range for him, is where I'd rate him. He's very good. He did well in the Chiefs. We mentioned the suspension. He's going to miss some games. But, I mean, Le'Veon Bell missed games a whole year, and he's rated where he is. So I don't think that they really took that into a factor.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well,
I think he's rated fine.
You mentioned Le'Veon. What about Le'Veon?
If Le'Veon had played, I think his rating would be higher, to be honest.
I agree.
For now, I'm fine with him with that rating until I see what he does. I think he's going to it's going to take him 4 or 5 games to knock the rust all the way off. I don't know if he'll live up to a 92 overall for 4 or 5 games. But I think by season's end, he'll probably be a 95, I would say.
Okay. So we did this with the quarterback, so I'm going to ask you this about the running backs. Top 5 running backs, what should they be? Put it in the order that you believe it is.
Okay. I'll do Gurley, Barkley, Elliott, Le'Veon, Christian, McCaffrey.
Okay. I have Saquon, Gurley, Zeke. I'm going to go Christian McCaffrey, and then I'm going to go Le'Veon. Only reason I have Le'Veon 5th is, similar to what you said earlier. He missed a year, so we're not sure, where he's going to be at. And those first couple games, he's going to be rusty. So I'm going to drop him to 5. I think that a healthy Le'Veon is possibly fighting for number 2. But, we'll see what that is. Let's go into the middle of the pack now. The middle pack of the running backs. I personally have some issues with the middle of the pack also. Did you see any issues with their ratings for these guys? Guys like Joe Mixon, Chris Carson, David Johnson, Ingram, Phillip Lindsay, James White. Any of these you got a problem with?
I want to say I have a problem with David Johnson's rating, but he really didn't have a good year last year. I know David Johnson in the past has been mentioned within the likes of top 5 running backs, and he should have been. After last year, I think I'm fine with where he's at an 87 overall. I don't think Devonta Freeman is better than David Johnson. He's rated higher. Ingram, he had a great year last year. He's at 86. I would have put him above David Johnson based on last year's numbers. I don't know. I don't have a huge problem, but go ahead.
Well, then I'm gonna jump in because I got a huge problem with that. First of all, Devonta Freeman missed basically all last year. I think he only played 1 game. Got hurt in the second game, if I remember right. And he's rated. You said they got what? Devonta Freeman is what? 88?
89. Yep.
89. Yeah, I got a big problem with that. I'm sorry. David Johnson is better than him. David Johnson, if you look at his numbers, they're not to the standards we hold David Johnson to. Definitely if you're a fantasy football owner, But that was due to the fact that the Cardinals they really did not use him last year like he should have been. He was not put in positions where he was in recent times, and it really showed. His numbers, I mean, yes, he had 50 catches, but he should be in the 70 to 80 range, if not higher. His quarterback play was terrible. I mean, they just didn't use him to the level that he should be. And I really believe that he should be higher on this list. He should be closer to the 90 than he. But I would put David Johnson at 89 for me. I don't think Chris Carson is better than him. Or even on the same level as him. So for them to have Carson there, I think that's definitely disrespectful to me. Carson is a great running back as far as just rushing the football, but he's nowhere near the level of on the receiving end that David Johnson is. So to put them on equal footing to me that's just terrible right there. Mark Ingram should not be at 86. Mark Ingram should be lower than that. I like Mark Ingram. I think he's a good running back, but he's not a catching running back. So for me, if you can't catch the ball and get numbers receiving, then you shouldn't be rated high. Not in today's NFL, at least. Only 21 catches, 170 yards. I don't like that. That needs to be higher for me for you to be at 86. Let's see. I definitely putting Ingram on the same level as James White. James White is way better than Ingram. I'm sorry. So that's one thing. Let's see. Well, who else they got up here? I think James Conner is ranked low.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think James Conner had a great year last year. He's better than an 83.
Yeah, he's way better than E3. He's better than Tariq Cohen. He's better than Nick Chubb. Better than I don't know if he's better than Philip Lindsay. They're close. They're really close. I actually no. You know what? I would give Connor the edge over Philip Lindsay. He's better than Mark Ingram. I mean, I don't.
Okay, here's the thing.
What's up?
When you say better, I don't think it's fair to say better. I think you could say he had a better year because really James Conner had one good season. So if you want to say he's had a better year, that's fine. I don't want to say he's better than Mark Ingram.
Okay, you don't want to say. I'm going to say it.
Okay.
James Conner is better than Mark Ingram.
Okay, that's fine.
He had a better year and he's just better. That's just a fact.
I don't think he's better than Nick Chubb, but that's fine. He might have had a better year, but I don't think he's a better running back than Nick Chubb.
I think James Conner is better than Nick Chubb. I mean, even if you look at the numbers, weren't last year both of their rookie seasons?
Yeah, but I don't think when it's all said and done, to me, that Connor is going to have a better career than Chubb. I just don't.
We will see. I will put James Conner is going to have a better year than Nick Chubb this year and next year.
Okay,
and
we'll have to.
As long as there's no injuries to them or Chubb, let's hope that no injuries happen. Connor's gonna. He not only can he run the football, he can also catch himself. 55 catches, basically 500 yards. He had 497, so 500 yards receiving. I'll take that over Nick Chubb, who only had 20 catches, 149. It's not even close. Because you got to remember, I factor in both sides, receiving and rushing, when I look at running backs. That's why I rate them higher.
Okay.
So, like I said, Dalvin Cook's at 85. I think when he's healthy, he's at 85. He just hasn't been healthy. That's his biggest issue, is staying on the field. If he's healthy, then 85, I'm fine with that. That's okay. Adrian Peterson should not be 83. I'm sorry. That's too high for Adrian Peterson.
Is that his age or?
I'm sorry.
I said, is that his age or like how old he is? Or?
I don't know, but he's close to it. I mean, look, I have all the respect for AP. Don't get me wrong. I love Adrian Peterson, but at the end of the day, I know he had 1,000 yards rushing last year, 7 touchdowns. I get it. But he's not on the same level as James Conner. I'm sorry. I would drop him down. Lamar Miller should damn sure not be at 85. I'm sorry.
No.
I don't. I had him in fantasy, and I swear he barely ever got 10 points. I'm sorry. No, Lamar Miller's not an 85. Um, I think Jordan Howard is rated low. I think Leonard Fournette is rated low. I know he was injured, so maybe they're doing it off of that. But so was Dalvin Cook. And Leonard Fournette, it's probably on the same level as Dalvin Cook, to me at least. So, yeah, I don't get it. LaShawn McCoy is not an 82. That's another thing that's pissing me off, too. He should easily be in the 70s. I don't get it. High 70s.
McCoy hasn't been good. I mean, he hasn't been a relevant top-tier running back since he's been with Philadelphia. So
he ain't shady no more. We see him, okay? We see everything he does. Like, he's not what he was. So for them to put him at 82, I don't get it. Like I said, I know he was hurt also, but at the same time, even when he's healthy, he hasn't done anything. So I don't get it. And then I said Jordan Howard should be higher. He's also a running back that wasn't used properly in Chicago. He was like 2 years ago when he was like the best running back in fantasy football for for most of the season. But last year they didn't use him that well. So I think that was due to the quarterback, Mitchell Trubisky. So, we'll see what that is. But he should be higher. He should be about 84 or something like that. But, that's just me. It's whatever. All right, let's jump to wide receivers. All right, so
I tweeted about this. Go ahead.
You tweeted about this, so I'm gonna let you take the lead on this one. Let me just say who are the top 5 wide receivers in the NFL in Madden. So let me make sure about this. Okay, so number 1 is DeAndre Hopkins at a 99, Antonio Brown at a 98, Julio Jones at a 98, Odell Beckham at 96, and Michael Thomas at 95. Go ahead, JT.
Okay. DeAndre Nuke Hopkins, 99 overall. I'm on board with it. For sure, I believe should be 99.
I agree.
I don't think Antonio Brown should be – I mean, I know they're rated the same, but I would put Julio above Antonio Brown for number 2, number 3. Number 4, that's who I got a problem with. Odell Beckham Jr. at a 96. I tweeted about this. This is too high for Odell Beckham Jr. And a couple people agreed with me. Like, people tweeted me out. That's way too high.
Okay. I disagree, but go ahead. I'm going to let you say your piece before I retort.
And Michael Thomas had a good year. It's hard for me. If I was going to make a list, I would probably have Tyreek Hill at number 5. But I'm fine with Michael Thomas being number 5. But go ahead, man. Hit me with your. I
want to hear about Odell. You tweeted about it. Tell me why he's too high. Explain that to me.
Odell Beckham Jr. is talented. He's a top 10 receiver. But I just don't – he's known for his circus catches, his one-handed grabs. That's what made him famous. Okay, I watched the game, the Cowboys game that he caught on Brandon Carr, who was a trash cornerback, the one-handed catch that made him famous. And since then, everybody – wants to crown him as one of the best receivers in the NFL. Last time I checked, a touchdown is a touchdown, the same amount of points whether you catch it one-handed or two-handed. He's not, when it comes like strength and stuff, he's not like exceedingly strong. I just don't get it. I really don't. I don't get why people. I understand he had good seasons. Okay, I'm not saying he's not top 10 wide receiver material, but I just don't think he's top 5 wide receiver material. And I think I guarantee you he's not a 96 by the time the year ends.
He might be higher.
No, I don't think so. I think he's going to be like a 90 when the year ends. But go ahead.
All right. So you saying you don't see top 5
No.
potential, right?
Uh-uh.
Okay.
If anything, I would have put Michael Thomas a slot, Tyreek Hill, and then
Tyreek Hill is not better than Odell Beckham. Let's stop that. Let's stop this nonsense. Okay. Now, I'll give you this. If they're going off his history, he's a top 5 receiver. If they're going off of last year, Tyreek Hill, I will say that I will agree with you that they should have rated Tyreek Hill higher if you're just going off last year. If we're not taking, if you're looking just off the stats of last year, then I will agree with you on that. However, we have to say he was injured last year. He missed 4 games last year. Okay. And he had 1,000 yards. Let me make sure I have his stats up. He had 77 catches for 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns. Okay. Tyreek Hill had 87 receptions, basically 1,500 yards. So he had 500 yards more. Now, Odell Beckham has the potential to make that up and catch up to him in 4 games. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. Yes, I'll agree that he has potential to do it.
Now, would he have done it? I don't know. His quarterbacks is not, the greatest. We know about Eli, now Daniel Jones, but Daniel Jones he's not on the same team, so never mind about that. But I think Odell was hurt last year. He was hurt the year previous. But if you look his first 3 years, he's easily a top 5 wide receiver. It's not even close. Then he got hurt, and then last year he played well. It wasn't to the level we wanted him to be. But at the same time, I just think that was just a down year for him. I think a wide receiver is allowed to have a down year. I think this year you're going to see him explode. He's going to hit – I can see if he stays healthy and Baker stays healthy, I could easily see Odell reaching the 1,500 mark this year with like 10 touchdowns. I think it'll be pretty easy.
I think he's a diva, and I think he's going to –
Yeah, but diva has nothing to do with your talent.
Well, no, you're right. But you said that you think that's what he's going to get. I don't. I disagree.
He's more talented than Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill has really just 2 rounds.
I agree. He is more talented than Tyreek Hill in terms of Odell Beckham Jr. Everybody talks about his hands, okay? The circus catches. His best feature, if you break down tape, is his route running. He's a great route runner.
Exactly.
But I'm saying, and we can get into this, later. I'm just saying there's a lot of things he's not good at that his one-handed circus grabs overshadow. But go ahead.
Well, I don't see any. Honestly, when he's on the field, I don't see any.
First of all, if you press him and get physical with him, you take him completely out of the game. That's my biggest problem with him. So.
Well, you can do that with Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is a big receiver.
I would probably. You're right. No, you're right. But you can do more things with Tyreek Hill than you can do with Odell Beckham Jr. You can move. Tyreek Hill can be motioned into a running back. There's multitude of things that Tyreek Hill can do. If we're being fair,
Odell Beckham can do the same thing. They just don't use him that way.
He's not nearly as fast or as quick. Odell Beckham Jr., if anything, could probably throw the ball better than Tyreek. If you're talking about moving positions,
Tyreek Hill is probably faster than Odell. Probably. I'm not sure. It's close.
Tyreek Hill has 99 speed, so I'm gonna say he's faster than Odell Beckham Jr.
So Odell is not that far behind him. I don't know
what speed. That's a big difference in Madden.
I think that's a little low. I think Odell should be higher than that. I'm assuming they're going to factor in his injuries because his injuries were to his leg. So that's the only reason why it should be a 94. It should be higher, though. 100% Odell Beckham is faster than a 94. It should be in the 96, 97 range. But I will tell you this. You said it yourself. Odell Beckham is the talent that he has is his route running. That's one of his best attributes is his route running. And he can run routes way better than Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill has the deep, the streak. He has the slant, and he has the end route right across the middle. That's really all he has because you can't keep up with his speed. So that's really all he can really do. He does the post route pretty good too. I mean, obviously, you can't be that fast and not run a post route. But that's really just like 4 routes he really can do. Odell Beckham can do it all. He has better hands than Tyreek. You mentioned that. He can jump higher than Tyreek. He's the most athletic wide receiver in football. And possibly
You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind.
Athletic?
He's not more athletic than Julio Jones. He's not a better athlete than Julio Jones.
I think he is.
Okay. That's fine. We can.
I really believe he is. I mean, and the reason why you could just go outside of football. I've seen him hit baseballs, like fast pitch baseballs, like stuff like that. I've never seen Julio done it, so I don't know if Julio can or not. But I've seen him play other sports and excel. Like, I think as an all-around athlete, he's more athletic than Julio Jones. He's the most athletic player in the NFL. And like I said, you can argue
the NFL.
Athletic, yes.
Okay, that's fine. Well, you could. We're not here to talk about Odell Beckham. We're talking about Madden, but that's fine. We could keep that.
Yeah. So I just think that because of that, that's a factor where his rating is exactly where it should be. I have no problems with Julio being rated above him. I have no problems with Antonio Brown being above him or DeAndre Hopkins. He should be right there. He's easily a top 5 receiver, and it's not even like to argue against that to me is just crazy. It's idiotic. But whatever. Michael Thomas, love Michael Thomas. Great year last year. 125 catches, most in the league. 1,400 yards, 9 touchdowns. You can't dispute that. So he definitely deserves the 95. I loved where they rated Adam Thielen. He's also a 94. 113 receptions, basically 1,400 yards, 9 touchdowns. I love that they gave him respect. He had a hell of a season, and I hope that he continues that because I plan on drafting him in my fantasy league. So no one draft him. Save him for me. What other issues you have with this receiver? Do you have any other ones?
Yeah. I'm gonna go with a guy on my team, Amari Cooper, is rated way too high.
Wow.
Okay. He had I want to say he had 6 good games last year, and they want to put him at an 89. I'd put him at about 85 at the highest, but honestly, I'd make him about an 83. Like I said, 6 games. He did go off on those 6 games, but it was 6 games. I think I'd probably put Juju ahead of him. Juju's rated lower. I don't know.
I agree with that. I think I do agree. Yeah, Juju is better than Amari Cooper. I am a little shocked by Juju's rating though, at an 88. It's not that I don't think he has the talent to be that. Don't get me wrong. But he really just had one season. Of just being that to the level that he played. Now he's gonna be by himself. When you have the benefit of having Antonio Brown's going to have most of the coverage on him, that's going to leave Juju open a lot more because he's going to face that one cornerback at most, So I wonder how he's going to do by himself being that number 1 guy with all the attention on him. 88 might be a little premature for me. I think he obviously has to, I think he definitely has the talent to be that 88. Don't get me wrong, but I just feel that let's see it before we give it to him. Not sure if you agree with that, but that's just me.
Yeah, I would.
And then
I also think T.Y. Hilton's rated a little low. I think he's a 91. I think he should be higher.
yeah, Ty doesn't get a lot of respect either. I mean, it's still what is that? Still top 10, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, actually, he would be out of the top 10. Huh. That's crazy.
I would rank him above Mike Evans, probably. I know Mike Evans doesn't have as good a quarter. He doesn't really have a quarterback. It's hard to argue Stephon Diggs. He's better than Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs puts up numbers every year. They have Adam Thielen. Go ahead.
Stephon Diggs has injury issues, so I would actually flip flop that one. I would put Ty at the 93, Stephon Diggs at 91. I think Devontae Adams is better than Diggs also. So I'm not too sure about why they give Stephon Diggs a 93. Like I said, Devontae Adams, 111 receptions, 1,300, basically 1,400 yards, 13 touchdowns. I mean, I think that's probably better than any season Stephon Diggs ever had. So I don't get that one. I don't get that at all. I see your point about Mike Evans, but the thing is, yes, he didn't have a quarterback, but he still had 1,500 yards and 8 touchdowns. And only 86 catches. While everyone's getting over 100, he's doing it in less than 90. So, and getting more yards than him. So I don't know about Mike Evans. I think that might be a little low. I would actually put Evans above Ty.
Okay.
Mike Evans should be easily. I would put him probably at I will put him at a 94, and actually I would drop Thielen a little bit lower. I'll put Thielen at 92. I'll put Devontae Adams at a 93. Actually, Devontae Adams I'll put at 94. I'll put Mike Evans at a 94. I'll put Thielen at a 93, and I would drop Stephon Diggs to a 91 for me. Ty will also be a 93.
Okay. You have any other issues?
And just your Amari Cooper thing. I will say this. You said 85 for Cooper?
Yeah, at the most, yeah.
I would say this. I mean, I would put him I would put him lower than 89, but I wouldn't put him 85. I would go probably about the 87 range for me.
Okay.
It's just a little too high. I saw what he did when he had a good quarterback, and I mean, even if his prior years, when Derek Carr had that great year, most of that was because of Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper went the fuck off, so I think you got to give him that respect for that. So I will put him about 87 for me, for sure. Other issues that I had, let me just double check myself. I was a little shocked by Emmanuel Sanders being 88.
Okay.
His numbers his numbers have dipped a lot. He used to be basically close to 100 yards receptions, or if not 100, right there at it. And it dropped to 71. That might be due to his quarterbacks, but at the same time, we've seen Mike Evans with no quarterback and still getting 1,500. So he didn't even reach 1,000. He didn't even reach 900. So for him to be at 88, to me, that's a little too high. I'm fine with AJ Green being a 90. I'm fine with that. He's been injured. But if he's healthy, it'll be higher than that. But other than that, I mean, there's really, for the most part, I would say the receivers they actually did a pretty good job on it. I would just flip flop some people, but nothing too crazy.
Okay. What about let me move on to tight ends. I think they did a decent job on tight ends.
Now I have to look at the tight ends. So go ahead. You'll go ahead.
I mean, there's not a tight end. Travis Kelce obviously is the best tight end, and he should be. Gronk retired, so he's not on this list. I think Gronk will be after him. Travis Kelce, they should be rated the same. Zach Ertz, 93, is the second best tight end. I don't know if I would rate Delaney Walker the third best tight end. I definitely think Greg Olsen should be higher than what he is. He's at 89.
No, I disagree. Olsen is right where he should be. You got to remember, he's coming off of a big injury, and he didn't really perform that well last year, but it was due to the injury and coming back so late. I think that's fine. Plus, he's getting up in age, so that's fine.
Tyler Eifert, he's pretty good, but I don't know if he's at 88 overall. Just same with Jordan Reed. Jordan Reed had, he has good years, but I wouldn't say he has incredible years. His numbers have actually dipped. But other than that, I really don't have issues with the tight ends.
Just looking at it briefly, my only issue is Evan Ingram. He's an 84. I think that's way too low for Evan Ingram. He should be much higher than that. Probably in the 89, 88 range for me. But other than that, I have no problems with tight ends. I had no issues with that. I'll be honest, I had no issues with any of the O-line either.
Yeah, me neither.
I didn't see any issues with the defensive side. I was a little shocked though about Damon Harrison snacks for the Lions being I think he was a 95. I was a little shocked by that. Not that I disputed or anything, but I was just shocked by that. I didn't think he was that highly rated. But other than the first three positions, there was no big problems for me at least. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I think that they've rated after that most of the players are rated appropriately after the first three. We talk about Aaron Donald, definitely 99. I'm trying to look at the top players to see if I have an issue with them being rated 99. Khalil Mack should definitely be a 99.
Yep, I agree.
I think Luke Kuechly, who's a 98, should be a 99, but I'm not gonna get too torn up about 1 point. I really just had issues with the first three positions also. I don't know where they're getting their numbers or how they factor their numbers. But yeah, I really don't have a huge problem with the numbers. So what did you think of Jamal Adams' rating? I think he should actually be higher.
What did they have to rate it?
He's a 90 overall.
Yeah, he should be higher than that. But he'll prove that this year. He'll probably be it wouldn't shock me if he's at the end of the year the highest rated safety. Not saying he will, but it wouldn't shock me if that happens. Let's see who they got ahead from him. They got Malcolm Jenkins and Harrison Smith. Oh yeah, so he just got to jump up 4 overall points. That's fine. It'll be a 95 by the end of the year. That's not a problem. I'm not worried about that. He'll definitely be the best strong safety.
That's it. Were you shocked by any of the rookie ratings, or did you get a chance to look at those?
I did look at them. Honestly, no. I thought everyone was, rated pretty well. The only one I think that Kyler Murray, if I remember right, he was pretty low.
Yeah, I think he's at 74, I think.
Yeah, I thought he'd be a little bit higher. But other than that, I don't really have too big of a problem with it. I thought, I think that's where he should be, but I was just shocked that they actually put him there. So that was I know he has problems with that. Man, we'll see what he does with the Cardinals. I saw some of their practice actually yesterday. It looked like he was starting to build a connection with Larry Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald, I think, it was this great catch. He was on the ESPN top 10 plays in practice, so it was actually pretty good. It's good to see Kyler, get that connection with Larry, because that's one of the best players you want to learn from. Even though it's a different position, just he knows everything about this game, and I like seeing that. So I expect his rating to go up, not by much, but I expect it to go up for sure.
Yep.
Well, since we talked about all the Madden ratings, let's talk about what we're going to be doing for Madden this season, I guess. So, as everyone knows, Madden's coming out August 2nd. Oh, that's the early release day. I think it comes out 5 days earlier for all the people that pre-ordered it. The official date, I want to say, is August 7th. But August 2nd, that's when we all going to be playing it. I already pre-ordered mine. I know JT pre-ordered his. And JT, there's a little birdie told me we're going to be doing another league this year.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, man. Are you going to be joining that rumored league?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what birdie you're talking about, but I'm always game to join a league. So.
And what system are you getting Madden on for the people to know?
Oh, Xbox One.
All right, so I'm also getting mine on the Xbox One, and for any of you guys that has Xbox One, go ahead. You can add us. Mine's is at Daddy Fino Baby. That's my gamer tag. JT, say yours real quick.
Same as the Twitter handle. It's KidXFlashXJT. So
okay, and we will be doing the Daddy Fino Flash Podcast Madden League. We're going to be doing franchise league like me and JT have done in the past, where I don't want to say it. JT may get mad, but I did dominate that league. It's not even, and then he can't even dispute it. That's why he's quiet.
No, I'm letting you say your piece. It's okay.
I mean, I did win back-to-back championships, but it's okay. We are going to be doing a league, and we're hoping that you guys, come and join us into the league. What we'll do, we'll probably have it where, we'll do half and half for per conference, and we're going to try to get everyone in the same division, so it'll be everyone will play each other, and it'll just be more competitive to make it to the playoffs and eventually win the Super Bowl that I will win. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Real quick, JT, what in Madden are you actually looking forward to?
I think every year I just look forward to the new players and trying to see, I try to build them off last year. I try to make them the best. I think we should put out there that we do fantasy drafts in franchise.
Yes.
So, just because I picked the Cowboys, I don't have the whole Cowboys roster. And I like putting players, trying to draft players that I like that aren't on the Cowboys and putting them in and seeing them in a Cowboys uniform, even if it is a video game. I like that. That's probably what I get most excited about.
Okay. Well, for me, I got to say that I am interested in that face of the franchise mode they're adding. I know that you're basically creating like a college quarterback. You get to play some of college, play in the college football playoff. And then I think you even do like the combine and all that.
Kind of like a My Player thing from.
Yeah, pretty much of the 2K. Yeah, so I like that. So I am interested in that. I wish they would have done it more than just quarterback. You can only do quarterback. I wish they would have done more, but I guess that's just for next year probably. They're just introducing it, see how people like it. And like I said, I'm fine with it. I'm looking forward to that. I hope that turns out well. And then I mostly play franchise, so I'm looking forward to all the new stuff they're adding to it. I'm hoping, that it doesn't feel the same as like every other Madden does. This year they said they're actually focusing on franchise, so I hope that they stay true to that. And with adding all like the X Factor players and stuff like that, like different perks or something, or badges like in 2K or so. I hope that adds like a different dynamic to it. It just makes being a fantasy, owner of a team, feel like it. I just hope that that's what it does. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I can't wait for it. I get it every year. It's actually coming out much earlier than normal, so maybe they're doing that to add even more updates before the season actually starts. So that's just great. I can't wait for Madden. I get it every year, and that will continue for forever, really, for me at least. So, all right. So
I just hope they don't have long shot in there.
No, they took that away.
Okay.
They replaced. Yeah, they took out long shot, and added the My Player thing. So.
Okay.
Yeah, because long shot was terrible. I'm sorry. It was. I mean, I get what they were trying to do. They were trying to do the same thing they did with FIFA. But it's not the same. It was just terrible. So. Yeah. So that was pretty much our I guess our Madden preview. I guess kind of.
Yeah.
And discuss the ratings and all that. What we look forward to. You got anything coming out, JT?
Cowboys training camp started, so I might cover some topics that are questionable coming into training camp. I did finally get a chance to sit down. Had kind of a busy week to watch the Pacquiao-Thurman fight. There will be a review on that, my take on it, and where Pacquiao could go from his career from this point. But that's really all I got coming.
Okay. Well, for me, I don't have anything specifically coming because no one seems to want to accept my challenge. Like I mentioned to start the show.
I told you I'm battling you for the people. So
look, I want someone. All those people that were talking shit about my debate about Mar Sanchez. I want one of those people to step up, or just anyone step up, face me, accept my challenge, show some testicular fortitude, okay, and face me. Well, any debate you choose, and that's all. I just want someone to step up, and then we can sit down and have this debate.
Well, here's the thing: you say that, but we're gonna have a special guest on our next episode.
We are.
And I think, you're going to, if you say something out of pocket, this person's gonna let you know. You know what I'm saying?
Well, honestly, I think you should be worried about yourself about that.
I'm not.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm actually going to stay quiet this next episode.
It's fine.
I'm going to let you guys talk because, let's just go ahead and tell them what we're doing for the next episode. Let's just go ahead.
Okay.
So, on the next episode, you know that we've been doing NFL previews by divisions, okay? The next episode, we're going to be talking about the NFC East. Now, if you don't know, JT is a huge Cowboys fan, and our guest is a Giants fan. So, I think we're going to have some heated fireworks. I have a feeling, though, like JT is going to be defending his Cowboys. Our guest is going to be defending his Giants, and then someone's going to have to defend the Philadelphia Eagles. So I guess maybe it'll be me. But we'll see. Maybe they'll both be non-biased. I have a feeling that won't be the case, but that's just me. But I'm going to just, sit back and listen to them go back and forth and,
listen.
jump in when someone says something stupid.
Listen. You, this person voted for me on the poll. So he might, you might want to air out some of your issues with him. You know what I'm saying? About the last episode.
I stopped talking about the Sanchez. I'm not going to argue about Sanchez anymore.
Okay. Well, maybe he's disagreeing.
Something stupid and I have to react to it. I'll say something, but other than that, I'm not going to start any Sanchez debate or anything like that.
Well, and you shouldn't. But
I don't want to embarrass.
Maybe, and I don't know. I haven't talked to him, but maybe he has some other issues with some things we said that he might, bring to light.
And probably, if he has something to say, he'll have an episode to vent it out and there, say what he got to say, and I'll just shut him down like I normally do. So it's all good.
But I'm gonna be respectful as I am to all our guests. I'm gonna let. Even if he is a Giants fan, I'll let him, say his part.
We've had great guests so far. Shout out to Slim, Dark Slim of the Two Nerds and an Actor podcast. We've had our moderator Eric, aka Big Easy. So, this is gonna be our third guest. I'm really looking forward to it. I expect this to be a really dope episode that we drop. Possibly Sunday. It should be Sunday night. We're dropping it. But hopefully no technical difficulties and that. But I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a good debate between you two, me just sitting back, relaxing, and just listening to the nonsense that's going to be spewing out your mouth. Just can't wait to see it. And I hope you guys like it. Just remember, like, comment, and share all of our stuff for us, please, if you don't mind. We got, you can also follow us on Instagram at Daddy Fino Flash Podcast. Follow us on Twitter at DFino Flash Pod. You can follow me at Daddy Fino Bay Bay. JT, say where they can follow you at, please.
It's at KIDX Flash XJT.
There you go. And also you can join the Facebook group, the Daddy Fino Flash Podcast. Join that. We've added a lot more people to the group recently. Shout out to Big Easy, Eric, for adding a lot of people. The numbers did jump, and I appreciate that so much. You can also listen to us on YouTube, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, any major podcast player, whatever you want to call it, site, whatever. You can listen to us up there. And feel free to message us. If you got anything, if you heard anything that you don't like, or maybe you do agree with us, or maybe you just want to shout us out and give us, a compliment or whatever, or you just want to shit on us, whatever. Message us, DM us, do any of that. We definitely love the messages that come in. good or bad. That just makes us better, and that also gives us the opportunity to shut you down. So just bring it on. But that's another episode. This is another episode of the Daddy Fino Flash podcast. I'm Daddy Fino. He's JT Flash. And we out of here. Peace.
Peace.